Today I'm going to talk about soap berries, specifically the Rambutan, the Longan, and the Lychee. I originally didn't want to do a review on these just because I think they're too common. I mean, you can get them pretty easily, but to do a side-by-side comparison, I think that makes it a little rarer, because I've actually have not seen all of these available at the same time before. I've been looking, and finally I found like enough fruit vendors that had the ones I wanted. So some other soap berries would be the Spanish lime, which I talked about before. That's a soap berry. Policins are I believe that's how you say it. Those are a soap berry as well. And I've eaten those before in Malaysia, thinking that they were rambutans, because they look like rambutans, only with like a haircut, and they've got shorter hair. The reason why they're called soap berries is because the trees that produce these fruits and the seeds as well, they have like a soap-like qualities. Like the sap of the tree and the seeds have like a soap-like quality. You can actually use them to wash your clothes. Not all of the fruits do that, I don't think. I'm not sure if these ones do or not, honestly, but I know that a lot of soap berries do have that. So yeah, and also the sap that is soap-like is poisonous as well. You can't eat the seeds typically in soap berries, and you can't eat the sap in most soap berries. With some exceptions, though. I mean, when I did the Spanish lime review, I obviously roasted the seeds, and I'm still alive. Those you can roast. Rambutans also, you can roast the seeds and eat them. A lot of people don't, because there's a misconception that they are poisonous, because, you know, longans and lychees and other similar soap berries are poisonous. Like, the seeds are poisonous, but rambutans are actually okay. So I'm going to maybe try that after I do this review. Yeah, and also maple syrup, which is of course a sap. That's a soap berry tree as well. So obviously the sap of that tree, or the syrup from that tree, is okay. So there's another exception to the rule. Let's talk about the longan first. The name longan actually means dragon eye in Chinese, and that's because of this. If I open this up, take the skin off. If you don't know how to peel these fruits, you basically I will dig my nail into a firm area and just like kind of peel it off. It's very like papery skin. There we go. Now, the reason why they call them longans is if you look there, you see a little black. You can see the black seed through there. Longans are translucent, so it looks like a little eyeball. So that's why these are called dragon eyes. There's the pupil right there. They're not as sweet. That's kind of like what makes them a little bit different. They're probably the least sweet, but they also have like a melony kind of taste. I normally don't like melon, but it's like a subtle like cantaloupe taste. It's similar to the lychee, but with like a little cantaloupe-y taste to it. And they're a little more mellow, a little less sweet. Now the lychee. Let's take this guy here. To open these up, I usually grab the stem at the top nails, and I dig from there just to get a little head start. And that is the lychee. Yeah, these are very sweet, very mellow tasting. No, like, not really like any tanginess or anything. Not really a melony taste. I'd say lychees are more, yeah, there's a little bit like a grape flavor in there, but there's a lychee flavor. Alright, now it's time for the rambutans. So I got a few of them, And I gotta stop going to this fruit cellar because on like one side it looks okay, the other side it looks a little yellow. I think that these are not. This one's maybe a little bit better. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell if they're ripe or not. There are yellow rambutans and there's red rambutans, but these are definitely red ones and they're yellow, so they're not completely ripened. But I've had completely ripened ones, so let's see if they taste right. Here's the inside. They're the largest of the three. Yeah, it tastes about right. Now, rambutans are my favorite. They're probably the ones that have like the most like flavor to them. At least I think so. They're like a little more tangy. One thing to point out is that the fruit, as you can see, I'm like picking it off with my teeth. It's firmly attached to the seed. And on longans and on lychees, they are separate. You can pull the flesh right off with your fingers. Comes off easily. But rambutans, they take a little more work. They're not like the longan at all, I don't think so. There's like no melon taste to it at all. Maybe a little bit like a lychee, but less sweet. Probably like mid-level sweetness. It's not as sweet as a lychee, but it's a little sweeter than a longan. A little tangier than both of them. A little more flavorful, and the seed in the middle looks kind of like a little almond. And supposedly it tastes like an almond too, so I'll try that in a little bit. The reason why these are called rambutans is, I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation, but these are originally from Malaysia and Indonesia, like that area there. And rambutan, the word rambut or rambut is means hair. So these are rambutan, like hairy fruit. Some people call these hairy lychees because they look like a lychee, but they're hairy. But yeah, they're good. If you were to buy canned lychee or canned longans, usually the fruit is intact. Like they just pull out the seed, that way. They just like break it open and pull the seed out. But on rambutans, they take a hole punch and they punch through the thing. Like they pit it. And they usually put like a little other fruit in the middle, like they put like a little cube of pineapple in the middle to fill the hole. So you're not you're getting all your fruit, so no one complains. But yeah, that's because they have to pit out these seeds. You can't remove it manually. So lychees, longans, rambutans, they're all very tasty fruits, very good. Not too hard to find. Like if you've got a Chinatown near you, you can check those out pretty easily. My review of them, I always put rambutans at the top. I like these the best just because there's a little more tang to it. Second place, I would go longan because they are a little less sweet, a little more kind of interesting flavor. And then lychee at the bottom. Most people put lychees at the top because they're the sweetest and they're most commonly available one. But I like them. But don't get me wrong. But not as interesting as the other ones. And they're what is wrong with you? Oh, she's got a case of the runs. That didn't sound right. So I'm gonna come back and do a roasting of rambutan seeds and see what that's like. Hopefully it won't be poisonous. Hopefully I'll live on to do more fruit videos. So hope you're enjoying so far. Thanks. Alright, so as a little bonus, I roasted the rambutan seed. So here's an up close of that. All I did is I took it I took maybe like about 6 of these and put them on a pan and put them under broil for I think it was like 5-10 minutes, like around there, until they started to turn dark. Like this one turned like very black, and I took that as a sign to stop. So not sure if they're perfectly roasted or not, but I'd say that's a good sign once they start turning dark. Yeah, so this little like outside shell that the fruit sticks so closely to, like when you're eating the fruit, that comes off once and for all once you roast it. If you look at it, it looks like a little almond. And almonds are also the inside of a seed, so I guess that kind of makes sense. So let's try it. These are poisonous, raw. They're poisonous, so hopefully they're cooked enough through. Actually, they have a little split in it. You can like see the center. It looks like it cooked a little in the middle. I'm gonna eat just half, just to be safe. Tastes okay. Doesn't taste like poison. It's maybe like a little bitter, but not that much. It's a strange taste, honestly. This is not like the other roasted seeds I did with the Spanish lime, even though they're both soap berries. Like, it does taste quite different. This is like more like tastes a little bit like a corn kernel. I mean, not so hard like a corn kernel would like break your teeth, but like a like a dry corn kernel. Like if you're making popcorn and one doesn't pop all the way, it's maybe like a little nuttier and maybe a little more bitter. But they taste good. Yeah, they're good. They're like kind of remind me of eating like a corn nut. Just like not as greasy and not as like salty. I didn't put any salt or anything on these, but it reminds me of a little bit like a corn nut. A little harder to chew also, so I'm not sure like this is the best application to cook the rambutan seeds. I know you can boil them as well. Yeah, I think that there's something to this though. Like if you have some rambutans, save the seeds, cook them. Why not? They taste pretty good. I don't feel like I'm being poisoned right now, so I think they're safe to eat. These are pretty interesting though. I say like if you have like a party or something, put a little bowl of these out. You could be watching a movie and just like crunching away at them. Your friends will be like, wow, these are really interesting. What are these? Like, are they like peanuts or corn nuts? What are these? And you'd be like, no, that's like my half-eaten fruit that I ate last week. Rambutan seeds, not bad. I like them. They're pretty interesting too, so why not? Try it out.